Hey guys, Crew Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
And it's time for the Flash, Aaron.
Yeah, I like Flash.
What shirt are you wearing?
Huh?
What shirt are you wearing?
My Grant Gustin shirt. Grant Gustin sent me this.
What? Seems a little weird.
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Hey! You have one too.
I also have one.
I know it!
Anyway, Aaron, it's been a long time since we've seen the Flash. Man, you demolished that. What'd you do?
I don't know. I squeezed it.
You're like a superhero just learning his power.
Oh.
Flash! Last time on the Flash.
Savitar destroyed the universe?
No, Savitar talked through Julian, right? They had like that whole scene.
They hook him up to a thing. And
yeah. And there's like a prophecy about some bunch of shit. Like, this person's gonna do this shit, this person's probably gonna do this shit. Who the
and then they
people?
put him in a box.
And then they threw it into the...
Time Force.
Time Force?
Time Force. The Speed Force.
Speed Force. Jay Garrick and Flash did that, right?
Yeah.
And then Flash went to the future and saw Iris being killed.
Oh, yeah.
And then they went back and got an apartment.
Oh, yeah. And then they kissed in the apartment,
A place for which they shall bang.
Maybe.
They will.
There's no proof yet.
Yeah, there is. Remember that pillow coming up of covering his dick? I already know that move.
Okay, I'm sure.
HR is going to open Star Labs up, right? Didn't he say that?
That's been his idea, but I think they keep shooting it down.
He has a public face of his partner from Earth.
That way he can walk
wherever.
around and do stuff.
Joe is, he's got a girl. Caitlin, she did some Christmas shit. Cisco is cool.
I think he's
cool now.
I don't know. He had the whole brother thing.
Yeah.
Talking from the dead.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing in The Flash that was about one of you will betray, one of you will die.
Yeah. The
That
prophecy thing.
Yeah. So we had a poll that was about who will be the betrayer.
Oh, okay.
1.6% said Iris.
Yeah, she won't betray.
She's probably gonna die. 8.6 said Barry.
Yeah.
10.22 said Joe.
Okay.
13.98 said Caitlin.
Okay.
16.6 said HR.
Gotcha.
18.2 said Cisco. So 30.65 said Wally.
Wally the highest. Yeah.
I said Wally would betray, Iris would die, and Joe would have a fate worse than death.
Because a kid would die.
Because he would have lost both kids. One would have died, and one would actually be evil.
Sure.
Or essentially evil.
Yeah.
Or something.
Alright, so that's everything for the Flash. But we'll just go ahead and start, because I'm excited.
Yeah.
Flash!
Make sure you get your Q&As in, because we'll be doing that after the show.
We will.
But you won't know that, because it's too late now.
Should have been faster. Well, hell! I already seen this! I want to see it again!
He's scary.
The bank.
No,
Proof, evidence.
No proof,
right
no
there,
proof.
yeah.
No, she's wearing clothes. You can't bang with clothes on.
You can, and you should.
What's happened 3 nights in a row?
Richmond Heights. Go, Wally's gonna meet you there.
Oh yeah, Wally got a suit.
Ooh!
Detective Patterson just ran inside. He hasn't come out yet. The fire department will not make it here on time.
Is that Parkman?
Sit around the store because the fire has no ventilation. So if we open the door now, the sudden inrush of
Backdraft.
oxygen causes an explosion.
Yeah, it's Parkman, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Sheesh. Science, bitch.
Flashlights.
And Kid Flash!
I gotta go to breakfast with Dad, but I'll catch up with you guys later. Yo, that's where...
That's
Where my suit goes.
Either you charge the cuffs, or you go all Frozone on us again.
Where's my super suit?
You could fix them for
I like Frozone.
Or I could make some sumptuous day, brethren.
Sumptuous.
Good morning, HR.
Oh, what's he doing on that?
Oh, not just good. It's
Michael.
Everybody, this is Olga.
Ah.
She doesn't really speak English so much. She's great. So, right over here, we have the ticketing.
Welcome to Star Labs. It was my love of science that allowed me to overcome my tough upbringing and join Star Labs.
I don't sound anything like that.
My love of science. My love of science. My love.
Did you take a look at that? I can't do that.
I just came to check on you. We haven't seen much of you since Christmas.
They gonna get a
First things to do.
thing going on.
What? Don't be so vulgar.
You know,
What?
what Savitar did, I need you to help me get rid of my powers.
I don't kill metahumans. I put them in prison. You run your own, I'm afraid.
Power bank.
Should probably set the alarm a little sooner.
Can I open my eyes yet?
Ooh, nice. Look at all those rugs.
I just want to give you the home that you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have. I
Give
love
it.
our loft.
Give home.
Ooh, what's that?
Deadshot? Looks just like him, doesn't it?
Faces are the same.
No, it's not. It's not him, but
But yeah.
Flash.
Murillo was found guilty of
oh,
and aggravated assault after he was caught by the Flash.
what?
Why don't you come join us at Star Labs? You can help Team Flash fight metahumans.
I would like that. I would like that.
I'd be thrilled to have you. I would be thrilled to have you.
Oh, so thrilled to have you. I want this. I want it to happen. Take your fishbowl with nothing in it.
He's got a van and sand. He doesn't want to stop him. He's hoping if he doesn't, it'll change time, isn't it? If I never catch this guy.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. What?
Huh?
Dude, they're seekers.
Will they just turn around and go after you again?
Oh. Nice. Nice. I like that.
That was good. What? No! Wally!
No, don't jump in front of the bullet. Okay.
If you can't learn to follow orders, this deal between us, it's over. Okay.
No one's gonna show up.
Oh, man. Cisco, you dick.
Where's everybody? Nobody's saying.
It's like a pantsuit dress.
Love it. So much.
Give it some thought, and I'd like to accept your invitation. Invitation for what?
Oh.
Did you ask Julian to join Team
Be cool with it, Barry.
Star Labs?
He gave Wally his powers.
That I don't mind.
But I need his help. He hasn't told anyone that Barry's the Flash. I think we can give him a chance.
And unlike HR, he's actually useful.
How long until it happens?
This is not gonna happen. Hey, look at me. This is not gonna happen. Jay said that your death is just one possible future. Okay, so that gives us 4 months to figure out how to stop Saboteur.
We can't do this alone.
I'm on board with telling more people.
How are you gonna tell Dad?
I'm not.
Iris, he needs to know. I agree with Wallace.
I just said what I
Joe
said.
needs to know. We need to figure out everything that happens leading up to Iris' death.
You need to go to the future and find everything out?
There was a news scroll on TV, and that could offer us some clues. Absolutely. I think you can help with that.
So they were very upset when he changed their past.
Not to bribe you back to the
They're
future.
all for changing the future.
Music Meister gets 6-figure book deal.
Music Meister.
Opens after murder. Joe West honored at City Hall. Good for you, Joe. Killer.
What does it say?
Killer Frost still at large. Star Labs Museum closes.
Ooh.
City's still recovering following guerrilla attack.
What? What? Gorilla. Plural?
Just a gorilla.
Singular?
Just a gorilla.
Huh?
HR is here. Me? Are you sure? Yeah, you weren't here before. Future's changed since then. You had a rifle pointed at Savitar, somehow telling you about Iris' death to change the future. I was wrong, you were right. Your theory is correct.
Guys,
Was it the
my
same
future
rifle
is
that the guy's
one
using?
That we need to change.
I don't know.
These headlines, though, they tell us what happens in the future where Caitlin becomes Killer Frost and Iris dies.
If we can change the headlines, that means we can change the future.
That's right. Challenge accepted. Dad's upstairs. We've been looking for you. What happened?
Huh?
Plunder escaped.
Well, damn.
Central City Museum.
That guy escapes and immediately
Goes to rob
goes
something.
to rob something.
Isn't there a jewelry exhibit there, right?
Yeah,
Damn, Iris!
Diamonds, big ones. So it makes sense.
let's suit up.
Yeah, she has
Understand.
quick on her feet. Good wit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you think of
Yeah.
Wally, what do you say?
Kid Flash. Go!
Don't use my mannequin, though.
Where do you think you're going? Right through you.
It's red. It's red now. Make it dance. Whoa. Oh, shit. Now it's blue. Oh, fuck.
I'm good, dude. You can have this one. No, Wally, this one has to be you. Why? Because if you take down Plunder, the news report that says that I captured him in the future is wrong. We can prove that we can alter the future here and now. Iris needs a hero right now, Wally.
Oh! Yeah! Oh!
Whoa!
Ah!
What is this gun?
How fast is this motorcycle? How have they not caught him yet?
He's so fast, man. Ew, boom. Good job, Wally.
Check it out.
Welcome to Star Labs. My name is Francisco.
Oh, he fixed it.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
Now you gotta keep it open, don't let it close.
Oh! Oh!
On the table. Oh my god, oh my god.
What?
I forgot the ice.
Look at the ice. Ice is here.
Instant party save.
Baby, you've never been sexier.
I need to get some ice.
Iris.
I need to get that girl some ice.
For real, are you?
Oh, no.
I got you guys a plan. That's like the standard house rule. That's Iris. I'm Iris. We give reptiles. Whoa. Present to you, McSnurdle, the turtle. Careful.
Snurdle the turtle.
He's got a turtle.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
It's a little creepy.
The little kids?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you.
Here's a newer brother and sister.
What's his
Where are you
name?
trying to... Hello, hello. He says...
Oh!
Hey. Welcome to the team.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's so exciting. I moved my last team, they were all murdered by Savitar, so...
We need to work on your small talk skills.
Voila.
What?
Every time you go outside, solar energy will recharge it.
It's a snowflake.
This means so much to me.
I asked myself to say a few words.
I asked
on this
myself
occasion
to
at
say-
home. I don't know if I have ever met two people who are more suited to one another than you two.
Talk about that dress and Iris.
Barry and Iris.
To bury
Oh.
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call the dress.
Okay.
You did that, I'm like, shit, what's going on? Okay. Uh-oh. Got a Terminator moment gonna happen.
This is the alley. Someone looking for HR?
Who's that?
I don't know. Was she fast?
No.
Who's that?
Dude, we had a legit Terminator moment right there.
We did.
Like an empty alley with like
dun.
this shit
Dun,
flying,
dun.
like newspapers and stuff flying
dun.
around, and then just like a
Even the music is dun dun
someone's there.
dun 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 dun. See the gorilla attack thing?
What?
Gorilla attack?
No, they didn't. What? Wait a minute.
Gorilla attack.
They didn't say that. I don't think.
Gorilla attack.
Gorilla.
I'm so glad we put Grud out. Gorilla attack could mean multiple gorillas. It had to be just one gorilla. They're not gonna say gorillas attack. I'd be like, what, the band? And then you can say gorilla attack. You know what I'm saying?
So you're wanting to know if it's gonna be a gorilla or a lot of gorillas?
Yeah, they got it. If we see a gorilla, it's got Grud is with all the gorillas.
What if all it is something like in their zoo, just like a gorilla attacked some people and
What,
It was
Harambe 2.0?
it was just an issue.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No.
it was an issue, and there was a gorilla attack, and it was a big thing,
No.
and that's all it is.
No.
What if it's all a red herring?
No! It's gotta be Grud. It's Grud. It's so Grud.
I hope it's like a red herring.
We get a Grud episode every season.
I hope it's just a big
I
trick.
can't wait.
I hope they don't, and I hope next season he's the main villain.
Well, I hope you die.
You would want a whole season of Grodd as the main villain?
I would love that.
Yeah.
But you gotta set it up with this. It's good. It's good. Good job, Aaron. So this is gonna take place May 23rd, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't The Flash end around that time? Like the season? Like, is that like the finale?
I mean, it should be, yeah.
Yeah, that should be around like the May 23rd.
I'm sure what we've seen is the finale episode, and it's all gonna build up to, oh no, she's gonna die! Yes.
Yeah, but I wonder if like that is like the actual date of the finale.
Probably.
Like, well, is it a Tuesday? That would work if it's a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. I'm gonna look it up.
I figured.
Where's my calendar app?
Just go to a calendar, Eric. Shit.
I don't use the calendar.
Well, how do you keep the schedule for
I
Blind
never
Wave stuff?
do.
Damn it, Eric. That's why
May 23rd is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So motorcycles are fast these days.
No, he had a gun that was slowing him down.
Yeah. How fast can Barry run?
Don't know. Pretty fast.
Wally's almost as fast, right?
Yes, pretty fast. He had a lead on him.
He should be able to have caught them.
He
very
had a
quick.
lead on him because
Yeah.
they just didn't chase him because they had to
Okay.
get Kid Flash to do it, not Flash.
I get you.
And then he was shooting back a slowing net that slowed him
Uh-huh.
down, and then he shot some bullets that slowed him
Uh-huh.
down, and then he took some turns,
Sure.
and then they caught him.
Okay. So Barry is as fast as the story needs him to be. Is the answer.
I think it's
But
the weapon.
I felt like I get you. I
If-
felt like that stretched it stretched a little bit
well,
too much.
if the weapon has been introduced here as being able to slow down so that he could try to get away,
Yeah.
a speedster,
Mhm.
it could make it very useful against Savitar.
But it did nothing. Nothing happened there. So maybe they're just like as they change things, maybe they'll keep going back there and seeing more part of their plan to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, we already had HR there with probably that gun. That's why,
Yeah.
because Flash stole that gun.
Sure.
So if that's been set up there as like, hey, look at this, it can slow down a speedster.
Yeah.
Well, let's use it against Savitar.
Okay.
So
Freeze gun can slow down a speedster too.
so could Killer Frost. Remember, she freezed him in place.
And doesn't the Legends of Tomorrow have like an armory of stuff that can slow down speedsters?
I don't know. They have an armory. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's 4 speedsters.
I think they said they have like anti-speedster guns.
I still want to know well, maybe we'll find out. But I still want to know if the war
Yeah.
was that Dominator war or if it was
I don't know.
something else.
We knew they changed the time somehow, but I kind of forgot about the Caitlyn motivation that I had a big problem with. I just kind of forgot about that. But it's still there, and it's still like a looming threat, and apparently it might be coming back. I don't know. I'm still not in love with, like, why is Caitlyn evil? Because she has an evil alter ego. It's like, okay. But, so, we still got that there, but there's really nothing to talk about with it.
The things I wrote down from the future are the gorilla attack thing.
Yeah.
So whenever Harambe attacks. And then there's a Killer Frost, and maybe they can stop that from happening.
Yeah.
If she never becomes Killer Frost, then we're good, right?
True.
And then there's also the museum closes, which a lot of these things are directly things they can affect.
Yes.
There was one thing they mentioned.
What was the murder?
Joe gets honored.
Yeah, Joe is honored at City Hall, but right before that, what was the murder? It said something murder.
Music Meister gets 6-figure book deal. Luigi's opens after murder.
Luigi's?
Joe West honored at City Hall. Could be a job.
Luigi's open after murder?
So they said.
Like there was a murder at Luigi's. Okay. Music Meister, which is a villain, that might tie in with the whole rumor about there being a musical episode.
Well, it's for a book deal.
Yeah.
So he's probably in jail, and he's like, I'm gonna write
Yeah.
a book. Here you go.
Okay.
And then Luigi's opens after murder. So that's just a restaurant.
Yeah.
Which it could happen. There'd be something that shows up.
Like there's a
in the
murder at a
show.
restaurant and then it reopens later. Joe honored at City Hall. I mean, Black Canary was honored in Star City. She died. Could he be honored after his death at City Hall? Or just honored in general? Like, Joe, don't do anything extraordinary. And then he doesn't, and then he gets killed.
I mean,
and then
they-
they honor him.
They just don't do anything.
You know what I'm saying?
They may have done it. I mean, if that was the case, they might have actually like had the headline with that, maybe.
Like, fallen police officer honored at, yeah.
Stuff like that.
But it could be one of those things where they don't want you to see it coming, you know? You didn't see that coming? What do you think about HR this episode?
Wasn't really too useful.
I mean, I love Tom Cavanaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to never not be in the show. That works, right? Never not.
Okay.
I want him to be in the show, never not, cross.
Okay.
It works.
Nevermore.
I always want him to be in the show. I feel like HR doesn't have a whole lot of room to grow.
Well, there's a lot of
Where's his
Cisco
story?
versus HR with this.
Yeah,
whole
I know,
thing
but where's
because
his story going? I
yeah.
mean,
Is he just gonna run a museum?
I don't know. I mean, I know he's at this point he's pretty much comedy relief. I mean, hell, I thought it was kind of strange that Barry went to him for scientific advice about time travel. A fiction writer about,
It works some because it's not necessarily science. It's theories.
Yes.
Which also with doing book writings, even if you're doing like a science fiction writing, most people would typically also take it off of like
Yeah.
basic principles of science and whatever else. So
I
taking
get
that
you,
theory
but he's not a scientist,
well, true, but he also like he studies. That's one reason why he came here was to study stuff
Yeah.
to write a book. So having the theories and then also the reviews of like, is his science of that book good or bad or whatnot? That's why he said, well, I had 2 groups of fans that say it can happen or it can't. And then he also had the domino experiment, like explanation of like if you remove the right moments.
Doesn't Barry know a bunch of time travelers who routinely try to fix people that do change the time?
Yeah.
So shouldn't he know that you can change time?
This is one of those different kind of... Well, yeah, I guess. This is one of those kind of weird moments. Because, like, we still have stuff where it's like, don't change the timeline. But then you have Legends of Tomorrow who's out there, like, changing things.
They're changing things back.
Well...
Right?
Yes,
but
and
also
no.
changing things.
Yeah, they're supposed to be keeping the timeline secure.
As much as possible.
But they're also making changes and screwing stuff up.
But they're doing more good than they are harm.
Where do the rules fall in place when it's your future? Because technically, it's... I mean, you're already there the way time works, right? So it's really your past.
I mean, Rip Hunter was trying to change his future, but it was his past.
I'm saying, like, depending on how you want to view time, like, the future pretty much would always be the present.
Yeah.
And anything before that's always the past. So you can't change anything to alter the present.
Like, whenever you travel into the future, you're traveling to a possible future. When you go back in time, and then, like, let's say you go back in time and then go immediately back to the same spot you were, there's no guarantee that anything there will be the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, Barry's already done this with the past stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the end of Season 2, before he went back in time, as the moment he saw the future, and compare that to the moment when he went and saw Savitar killed, you just go back in time, and you make some changes, that stuff might not happen. But you might be on a timeline that you don't want to be on. He could alter a lot of stuff.
I think I'm going to go with Jay Garrick. I mean, he said, like, he pretty much Yoda'd it. Like, the always in motion the future is. Like, it's just one possible future, Barry. Don't obsess over it, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, Barry's going to have to. But I think that Jay is old enough and has the experience enough to know that you can change the future. You can't change the past.
Yeah. The main thing he should do is just not... He shouldn't take something for granted.
Yeah.
And he should stay on his guard about stuff. But he doesn't need to obsess and go crazy over things, I
Yeah.
don't think.
See, I enjoy even this the story theme of you can't change the past, but you can't change the future. It makes for a very good story because people can apply it to their own lives. You can be really upset about something that happened before, you know, that you can't do anything about. You can deal with it, but you can always change what's going to come. Mm-hmm. You know? I love that story thread. It's great. They got to stay with that. They can change. They're not going to kill Iris.
Yeah.
You see how good she looked in that dress? You don't get rid of that.
I think I missed it. All right, speaking of Iris, I'm glad that he...
The dress?
Yeah, I'm glad he addressed the issue.
Yes. Me too. Good job, Aaron. That was great. No. Yes, exactly. I thought, you know, the classic TV, if this was Smallville, it'd be 4 seasons from now before we learned anything.
Yeah, right?
You know?
She'd have been dead. He's like, hey, I knew.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
And Joe would hate him for it.
Yeah.
You did that, and then her being like, we can't do this alone.
Love
with
it.
help. So good. I'm glad
Love
that.
it.
Now, not telling Joe, I can see it, because she kind of has a point. I think he would take it really heavily.
Yeah.
Just like Barry was. Like, it was weighing on him. I feel like Joe would do the same thing. But
I agree. Almost every problem you'll ever have is you should just talk to them. You know? So they should definitely talk to him. Flash appearance. I was gonna say, if you want people to show up to your
Flash appeared at the museum.
Flash will be at the grand opening. And Kid Flash. Who's Kid Flash? I don't know. Everybody knows now because they're chanting his name in the street. Mm-hmm. That's guaranteed going to get you people to show up.
Right?
Hell, I'd make some money on this museum.
Have autographs of the Flash.
Yeah.
Just Flash.
Yeah.
Dude, what is with HR, like, price is no object? Like, where are you getting your money from? Is it Barry? Is he just taking Barry's money?
I mean...
And it's not his. He has no money.
Barry has the Hall of Justice. He has Star Labs. He got this amazing fucking apartment. I mean, he got Iris that dress. That could not have been cheap. All right? That thing is fitted. All right? They went to a tailor and got that thing fitted. All right? That ain't no cheap dress.
I'm just saying is HR, if the money he has to be from Barry then. And he's just saying, don't worry about money.
Yeah.
It's Barry's. Right?
I guess.
Price no object? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Just spend whatever you need to.
He's rich in his universe.
Yeah, but he didn't bring it here. Didn't he say that they pay with something weird?
Yeah, you're right.
I thought it was ironic. Harry, last season, killed the turtle. And then HR in this season brought as a gift.
Gave him a turtle.
A turtle.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's just, I thought it was like, oh, the turtle and turtle.
And it's also poetic that fastest man alive has one of the slowest animals. You know?
True. And the last thing I caught really too in the news article, I don't know if I ever really noticed it or not, but It says in 2024, it was like April something, but it said red skies vanish. The main thing up here is like Flash disappears, but then down here, like as like a little smaller headline, it shows like a red sky and a sun, and it says red skies vanish.
Okay.
And I'm like, wonder what that is. I just wonder if it would be related to like a Kryptonian kind of thing or something like that. Because with red skies, I was thinking of like a red sun or something along those lines. Because in this last Supergirl episode, we had her going to a red sun.
I believe in season 1, when you read that article 2, there's something about Wayne Industries.
I remember that. But I wasn't sure if it changed. Because I don't remember that. I just remember seeing it now. I'm like, huh. So I just wrote it down. But I wasn't sure if in season 1 when he was looking at it, if it said the same thing, if it said something different or what.
When is that? 2024?
Yeah, it was like April 2024.
That would make it 10 Like, if let's say they finished on that date, Flash lost an Infinite Crisis.
That's just the final.
That's the final episode. That would be 10 years of the Flash. That's not a bad
That'd
amount,
be good.
you know? I mean, hell,
That'd be cool.
Supernatural's going to have 13 seasons.
It'd be interesting if they had like 10 years of the Flash kind of planned, like roughly outlined.
They
like,
usually
here's what
have
do,
something.
Then
like
let's
that.
fill everything out. Like
Yeah.
here's this, and then to move into this season.
Like, we obviously know that Arrow has had 5 seasons at least kind of mapped out. Like with the whole 5 years on an island, 5 flashbacks.
And within all that, they have like a Justice League that gets formed, and Young Justice, and
Yeah.
Kid Flash.
Okay.
Fun.
All right, that's all I have. You have anything else?
No.
Q&As! As you guys know, we do Q&As at the end of these videos where we answer your questions, as many as we can. Our Twitter is BlindWaveProd, at BlindWaveProd. And you can use hashtag FlashQNA to submit your question.
Flash Q&A. Corey Darth Kal-El says, Gorilla Attack Rod!
Ah!
That was it. Speed King says, do you think that Barry, Wally, Jesse, and Jay are gonna have a speedster battle against Savitar at the same time?
It could happen. We said that about Zoom, though, too, didn't we?
That'd be
We don't
cool
know.
if they
We'll
brought Harrison and Jesse back in.
Yeah.
Maybe not Jay. What if it was just those three? Like, what if Jay didn't help? Because Jay got beat up.
He did. He could have a score to settle.
Yeah.
He's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
With his fucking hat and his fucking giant
Chin.
lightning.
Oh. Let me say chin.
And his chin.
Fucking giant chin. Shire folk said, what do you think HR was doing with the gun?
With the gun? You mean on top of the... I think that...
He was probably trying to help, right?
Like, as they were learning stuff, they were already changing the future.
Yeah.
So, like, whatever they're doing to combat and to stop Iris from dying,
But
that's
he never
like one
shot,
part.
though.
No.
What if he was up there, like, what if he was betraying them?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I think the future is always in motion, and as they were reading it, HR appeared at that thing, but he didn't know what to do yet, because like they were still forming the plan. You know what I'm saying? This is just like whatever they did just now, changed their plan enough to HR now has the gun in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
think that's what happened.
Like, what if he's actually, like, the one that betrays him in the future, and he's actually up there with a gun, waiting to make sure, like, no other speedsters come up and try to stop him or anything?
That better not happen. I will say, though, I do feel HR, because I don't know why he's here, what he's doing, I am kind of worried that they're just waiting around to tell us why he's here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yeah. We already talked about Gorilla Grodd and Meister being Tina's baby. Yeah, Shire folks just worried that not telling Joe could lead to possible, like, artificial drama.
Mm-hmm.
But
Agreed.
Kevin Velasquez said, should Cisco and Caitlin train to control or develop their powers further? It's odd to give them powers otherwise.
Cisco, sure. Caitlin, no, just because she's, for some reason, when she uses her powers, she's evil. And that reason is 'cause.
The reasoning with that, though, like, Cisco had powers in Earth 2, and he was
evil.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Frost had powers in Earth 2, and she
Cisco
was
has
bad.
a choice, and she doesn't for some reason.
Yeah. So
Because her powers are evil.
It's just the name Killer Frost.
Yeah.
She needs to be, like,
Which is not her powers.
Kissing
Which is the
Frost
name.
or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Christopher Reeves, do you think Barry should do anything to change Iris's death? If he does anything, goes out of his control again.
No. I think that the rules for the past are not the same for the rules for the future. He probably, like Jay said, he shouldn't have seen it. But now that he does, fuck, yeah, do whatever you can. I mean, there are people all the time in our world that get terrible, terrible news and have a death sentence, or they have a certain amount of time they have. If they can change it, they will. You know, if you're diagnosed with cancer, it's not like, well, you're going to die. It's like, no, you got to fight.
Yeah.
So you can change that outcome. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, it's just with superpowers. I know there's a lot of philosophy out there, like determinism, that says that the concept of free will is an illusion, which I know there's a lot of evidence pointing to that. My personal belief, knowledge is a subset of belief, my personal belief is that you can't change it.
The thing I'm worried about is them altering it to where now it's an even less desirable situation than what would have happened previously. Kind of like what he did with his present day when he went in the past, changed it, came back to the future, and then it was messed up. If he saw the future, changes the present, goes back to the future.
The only thing that gives me pause when it comes to something like that is not only do we have Barry knowing what's going to happen, but Savitar gave some kind of fucking prophecy of 3. So we have to deal with both of those things. And I think that they'll focus on one and not think of the other, and it's going to fuck up somehow. But fuck-ups are... The Flash fucks up. You know, he runs real fast, but he also fucks up. Like, my name is Barry Allen. I fuck up more times than anybody else in the world.
I'm the fucking uppinest man in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. Adrian said, since the Baba is making me, my question is...
Handcuffs?
What's your take on Julian being a member?
Oh, love it. Love it so much.
He could be a bad guy. What if he betrays him?
He won't. He won't do it consciously, at least. I'd rather have the ticking time bomb of this guy could be alchemy under my nose than not knowing what's happening.
I guess.
And even though Caitlyn, her main motivation was selfish in terms of wanting to get rid of her power, she was correct in terms of you can't do this alone. And we're just letting this guy, you know, this guy needs fucking friends. You know, as much as he can play the tough guy, it's like, I don't need anybody.
Yeah.
It's very clear he needs something. And
Well,
has
he was
nothing.
more helpful once Barry kind of started reaching out to
Yeah.
him more and stuff, too. So it could be good.
It's going to be good.
Maybe. Raven said, who do you think Joe will be most angry at when he inevitably finds out? Probably Iris, right? Would you be mad at Iris if... What if Iris died and you find out, like, Iris didn't want to tell you? You know what I mean? Would you be mad at them?
I would imagine he'd be most mad at Barry or Wally because, much like Cisco was mad, they were the ones that could have done something about it.
But they're trying to.
I know. That's why but just tell him. He's perfect in every way. He'll be fine.
Ooh. Dababa said, do you think they will have to choose between Iris dying or Caitlyn becoming Killer Frost? If so, which would you choose?
I would obviously pick Caitlyn becoming Killer Frost.
Yeah.
Because I don't want Iris to die. But I hate that choice because I hate so much the motivation of evil Caitlyn. I'd rather just forget about it.
What if it becomes a more reasonable thing? Like, what if it kind of alters to,
like she becomes good while having her powers?
I don't know. What if it becomes, like... What if there becomes a better reason, kind of, as the story keeps going, of, like, how she actually becomes evil?
Like, Caitlyn, no matter what she does, cannot not become Killer Frost. So, in a way, she sacrifices herself to save Iris. You know?
I mean, I could see something like that happening, I guess. But, no, like, I mean, like, what if, like, it's just, like, the story progresses, like, she becomes evil, but it's a better reason of her becoming evil. Like, something actually occurs that makes her... Like,
I would say you're fucking late to the ball game. I mean... You've already established that she's going to be evil because Killer Frost is evil. If you didn't have another reason why she's evil, like, well, what the hell was all those other episodes about?
I don't know, Julian was evil and he didn't want to be evil.
He was possessed.
I thought it had to do with the power.
Yeah, he was possessed by the Philosopher's Stone.
Which was
Right.
power. I'm saying, like, Julian didn't have really anything except for, like, he found this stone.
But I
that
mean,
gave
it's not.
power,
That's not
and he
him.
became evil.
I mean, are we saying that Killer Frost is a different entity than Caitlyn? Or are we saying that the power just changes the way her brain works and makes her more aggressive and evil? That's what we're saying about Caitlyn, right?
Okay.
Which I just don't like. I just think it's boring.
You don't think the entity part or her just being evil?
Her just being like the fact. I mean, the way they're saying it is that whenever she gets her power and it, you know, that cold power, it changes the way her brain functions, making her more aggressive, less loyal, and that's what makes her evil.
Yeah.
Like, she can't help it.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a split personality or alter ego. I understand that. I just think it's boring. I think that takes away all character choice of why someone would become evil, and it just makes evil cuz. With Julian, alchemy thing and Savitar, I feel like alchemy is a separate thing from Julian. Julian is like a vehicle that whatever the persona of alchemy is goes into it, right? So it would be different than, like, it's not like Julian gets a power and then his brain function changes and he is the one hurting people. He's just like he's a vehicle, he's a vessel. It would be like, if in Supernatural, Lucifer or a demon goes into a body and then the person whose body that it's in, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It just seemed like throughout this season they've had a lot of people who have been just fine and then had like this kind of split personality thing when they got powers and whatnot.
Same thing with Magenta.
Magenta,
it's because of the
and there
Flashpoint
was
thing,
the rival, and also Julian. And
but I think that Julian was the cause of that, and not necessarily also an effect of that, right? I mean, it still could be. We don't really know, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, they all have powers because of the Flashpoint thing.
Yeah.
And all of them had this kind of evil thing once they got their powers.
Well,
Killer Frost is another one of those.
Yeah.
That's just from that power coming back to them and whatnot, right?
The Killer Frost thing is different because Killer Frost as a bad, evil Caitlyn existed before Flashpoint. Like that, she was just like that in another Earth. It's just whenever Caitlyn gets power, she becomes evil. It has nothing to do with the Flashpoint stuff, right?
It should.
It doesn't, though.
Why not?
Because that already happened last season before Flashpoint.
Yeah, but she didn't have powers last season before Flashpoint.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, the reason she would become evil isn't the same as other people, like Magenta or something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree with that, but
okay.
You can have it's.
Well, I mean, because it already happened before this reason.
Well, it happened over there, but that's not. There's other bad guys all over in other places.
So you're saying the same thing happened, but now for a different reason. But Caitlyn is
she's
worried about Killer Frost because of the Earth 2 version, not because of a Flashpoint version that she's seen, right?
Did she see that Flash? She didn't see Earth 2 Killer Frost either. She never saw that Killer Frost, did she? No, wait, she got kidnapped.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she got kidnapped. But still, she
Like,
can still be
because
afraid of that.
Zoom had Killer Frost as part of his army.
But she's still getting her powers from the same reason. It's from Flashpoint.
No, yes, she got her powers because Barry changed something.
Yes.
But the reason she's turning evil is not because the same reason that Julian becomes evil with alchemy.
I think it is.
It's not.
It's the power affecting the person and making.
See,
them
I think
evil.
alchemy and Savitar have the same voice. The accent is gone whenever it's him and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's a straight up possession through the power of the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
But I don't think it is turning Julian evil.
What about Magenta and the rival?
Magenta,
and the other
villains.
villains.
Magenta and the rival are being affected by Flashpoint, but I don't think Julian is being affected by Flashpoint. I think he was one of the causes of this new Flash, whatever that thing was.
So you take
with
Julian
the
out of the equation. What about Magenta and the rival and the other ones that got powers, that had powers in Flashpoint?
Yeah.
They got him and they became bad from the power.
Right? Yeah, but I mean, not everybody becomes bad from a power.
No, I'm not saying that's necessarily true. I'm just saying that we have similar reasoning of like
This is like what
Julian
Julian was talking about. He said like metas. I mean, that's one of his generalizations. Metas are bad. Like every meta that I've seen, they become bad. I just think I personally just think that's a boring idea of just powers make you evil, and it just falls over with Caitlyn. With Caitlyn, I do think that there's something special about her power base that does it, but that's not to say that others also have a power base that will make not make them evil.
No,
like in terms of continuity of the show, because we know that just being a speedster doesn't make you evil.
No,
but the rival became evil.
No, I'm not necessarily saying that just having a power makes you evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that some of the powers could affect people differently. Even Firestorm, when we first saw him, he was having issues with the power, and he was kind of not. He wasn't good, you know what I mean?
But we also had Deathstorm from Earth 2, where I like the fact that it's a character's choices that determine where they fall in the moral conundrum versus just a power makes you more inclined to be evil,
Matthew Thacker said, "Do you think the new girl is secretly HR's partner? HR has lied before.
I mean, he had to have kept saying him instead of her all this time. We've seen his face.
I mean, they have that technology thing. Maybe
Yeah.
technology trick them. You know, they only see what you want them to see unless you let them see what they can see.
I suppose it could be. It might be kind of a non-thrilling twist, I guess, if that was the case.
Yeah.
It would just be like, if that happened, I would be like, oh, okay, well, what I thought before is no longer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, what?
His little, like...
A woman?
His, like, smile and stuff about, like, oh, she can't really talk or anything. But, yeah, she's helpful. He hired her as a pretty face. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the person that showed up at the very end.
Oh, that person?
Yeah, he's talking about the new person that showed up. That's the actual partner. And he's
I was thinking of, like, Olga, whatever her name was.
No.
Like, no,
I
she's
don't
a pretty
think so.
face he hired.
No, I think he's talking about the new girl that came through the
The
wormhole.
Terminator hole.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She had that little, like, bzzzt.
Yeah.
I don't know what she'd be.
It's the same thing those aliens from that are looking for Mon-El and Supergirl.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't think it would add or really take away much from the story. Just, I lied, it's a girl.
Yeah.
This is his daughter. Harry had a daughter.
It's like his own Jesse.
Maybe that's like his Jessie.
Maybe.
Dan P said, if Grodd returns to Earth 1 with the Gorilla Army, how would Team Flash beat them?
They wouldn't. They'd lose.
And
Even though the city, I know it says city like recovering or stuff, but it wouldn't. This is a false future. Grodd just takes over and wins.
They're just going to stop it from happening. They have to change the headlines, right?
Yeah.
So they have to stop the gorilla attack from ever happening. So they just have to... No.
So they go over there, and then Grodd kills them there, and they never come back, and then all this is avoided.
Maybe.
Iris never dies.
That covers Daniel saying, how about that Gorilla Grodd tease? When do you think he'll show up again?
It's got to be sometime. They're not. Gorilla Grodd is too popular and too awesome to not have him show up at least once a season. So I don't know. Right now we're on episode like 11. We got 22 or 23 to go.
Yeah. Well, we have, it's, I think this is episode 23, right?
Sometimes.
So we have like 14 episodes, 13 episodes, something like that. Kevin Hudson said that gun is like the Batman of guns.
The Batman of guns. Yeah, it's got like a bat utility belt.
Yeah. It shot like the seeker bullets.
Yeah.
And then it had like a sound blast.
Yeah.
And it had that net, and it had that grenade that split into more grenades.
Maybe there's a button on it that makes your motorcycle go faster.
Kitty said about big headlines, Killer Frost and Grodd.
Yep.
But is Joe West honored, meaning he is dead?
Oh.
We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We talked about it a little bit. I mean, it could go either way, honestly. He could just be honored, or he could be honored.
Dude, what if Flash has a fate worse than death? What if Iris betrays him and Joe dies? He's lost the only two people left that he has. That he's lost his parents. Now he's lost his dad, his other dad, and he lost his
sister.
His sister and lover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that could be crazy.
Maybe the fate worse than death is like he finally they get married and they get together and all that stuff, and they looks at that picture that Joe gave him and he's like, "Shit, this is my sister. I can't be with her." And that's the end.
It just ends.
Yeah.
It's no more Flash.
Fate's worse than death.
Giovanni, how Barry didn't think of maybe the reason Iris died was him preventing it in the first place. Some kind of time loop.
I mean, that's what HR was saying. You cause the thing you're trying to prevent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a trope of time travel. We'll see.
All right, let's see what Agent 79 said, because he had a couple things. Is Joe honored in the future for being a hero, being promoted, or being killed in the line of duty? So we talked about that already. Will Caitlyn's change to Killer Frost be an unavoidable domino to prevent Iris's death?
It's possible. I mean, I'd rather become Killer Frost and lose Iris. I would also rather the sentence of becoming Killer Frost not necessarily mean that she's just a supervillain.
Yeah. What if we lose her?
I mean, it's possible.
Like, she's fighting this whole thing with, like, the Killer Frost and not wanting to be bad and whatnot, and she becomes Killer Frost, but like you said, has, like, one
Well, I
last
was
good
gonna
attempt
say, like, what if to save Iris, she has to give in to that evil personality?
I think she might, because that's how they saved Barry when Savitar was there last time. She froze him in place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
You just constantly keep freezing him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Killer Frost has some good moments. Remember? Like, didn't she sacrifice herself, too, at one point?
Yeah.
Against Zoom? So,
But she makes Caitlyn evil, so I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Why does she
think-
have redemption if it makes her evil?
I think there's more. I think there's more.
I hope
to
so.
her and stuff. That's what I said. I think we might get more stuff coming
That would be good.
that will maybe give us.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Agent 79 said, "How will Cisco upgrade Plunder's tech gun? We should definitely see it again, and I think it needs an axe."
Put it into his gauntlet technology. Now he has all that shit and his power.
That sounds cool.
And rocket boots.
What?
So he can fly. He could use it to make himself faster, as fast as the Flash. Because that's what he did to the motorcycle.
No. Zachary said, "Do you guys think Julian will be on Team Flash for seasons to come, or will something happen?" Love the work.
Unfortunately, the way these kind of season regulars go, when it's like a special guest season regular, usually you only get him. I don't know. Maybe if he's popular enough, and depending on how they end the story, sure, it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, he could show up again later on
Yeah.
and stuff too. Like Wesley Shipp was in last season a lot more,
Yeah,
but like he still has shown up randomly through the season.
they usually sign him up per season whenever it's something like this. So I would say we'll definitely see him for the rest of this season.
Probably
and
not
then
next.
Probably not next. My guess is no. I mean, is having him part of the team was that always in the future, or is that another thing that's changed?
Mm-hmm.
Because the only reason this really happened is because Caitlin didn't tell Barry. Barry wasn't attentive because he's worried about changing the future.
Yeah.
You know?
Diego Thomas said, "Was that HR or Harry on the roof in Cisco's vibe?"
I didn't really consider that. Didn't he have HR's haircut, though?
I don't know.
He's wearing HR's hat.
Yeah.
But could it be Harry acting like HR? Maybe. I don't know. But that is... Harry never wore that hat.
Is it his haircut? Because doesn't he have like no hair on the sides? I mean, he could grow his hair a little bit.
Well, I would imagine that this was shot during the same week everything else was shot, so that's probably one of the good reasons you have him wear a hat, so you don't have to worry about the continuity of what's going to happen on May 23rd, you know?
Yes, yeah.
So I would imagine that he has the same haircut as he's had this entire week of filming. They just have him wear a hat. But
Okay.
it is that gun.
Yeah. Reaper said, "Did the rifle HR was holding in the future look like the one Plunder was using?" Yes.
Yep.
It looks like it right there. So, since we were right there, I figured I'd toss that.
Sure.
Legend says, "Do you think that them accepting Julian on the team will be the cause of Savitar coming back?" He's not been being talked to
If the
anymore, right?
future is always in motion, then no. Because they hadn't yet brought him back, and that's what the future was. I don't know.
You're going deeper.
That could be a point for both of those.
I think we're okay right now because he hasn't been hearing this the voices or anything right
Yeah.
now, right? His sleeping pill stuff was just because he's having guilt and can't
Yes.
sleep. Kind of like the nightmare
Survivor's
that
guilt.
Barry's having over Iris
Mm-hmm.
dying. So
If you're trying to go into the whole, future, like every possible future is the result of a different choice, then if they went to the future before they invited him back to the team and it was happening, then him being part of the team wouldn't have any effect on it. But it's CW, so.
yeah. Last thing I really see here, Michael mentioned, how do you guys feel about Flash and Legend Tomorrow on the same night?
I think it's great, and I won't say unfortunately, but unfortunately, it's also with S.H.I.E.L.D., so it's just a lot of work for us on this day.
Yeah. So with that not being that was on Thursday nights before.
Yeah.
Eric and I will be running with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Flash and Legends on Wednesday mornings and stuff. We're going to start filming that stuff.
Yes.
So it does give you guys extra time to get in Q&A questions.
It
which
does.
was one hindrance we had with using Twitter before, where you only had like a couple hours in the show being launched and a lot of time zones didn't get to watch it. Also, we're losing Melanie on Legends of Tomorrow as of right now until... Probably until the end of the season. Unless we have some kind of crossover stuff, maybe we might work some things around.
Make some extra effort. Yeah.
So.
But also, there's a lot of people have preferences of what show they want to see first. Like I want to see S.H.I.E.L.D., I want to see Flash, I want to see Legends. Now, there's no really specific order in which we release these things out, other than we will try to watch Flash before we watch Legends. So just be patient. We'll try to get them all out the next day, and if it doesn't happen, it'll be out the next day.
Just makes Wednesdays a lot busier, so we'll try to get stuff going as fast as we can, but if it's not out today, it'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Poll for this week, Aaron.
Is the future fixed, or
That's a good
will
one.
they be able to change it?
Does the way time and the future work, how Jay Garrick says when there's possible futures, or is it more like what HR said, he was told that it's fixed. So, not necessarily what you actually believe, I guess. I guess we could go that way. I was going to say, what do you think the show's going to go with?
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a actual argument that philosophers talk about.
Yeah.
So, I would say try to keep it in context of the show and what we've seen before. Do you agree with Jay Garrick or do you agree with HR?
HR.
So, I would say do that. I'm going to go with I agree with Jay Garrick.
I'm hoping...
And Yoda.
I'm hoping they can change it. They have this stuff with, like, changing the present, and I'm kind of viewing the future as a present that they can go back and change.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that they can go through and change all that. My worry, though, is that it's going to be something worse happening.
True. I'm also kind of worried about what the story is saying. If it said, bad shit's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just accept it. Don't try to make things better. Just accept it. Like that, like as a story or as a moral, like isn't necessarily something I think that the people at the writers of Flash would send out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, even though that doesn't really make sense in terms of the story, you know, what's going on here, it might be part of a way of how they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
You know? So you can go to patreon.com/blindwave, find the poll there.
It could be... I mean, I could see them leaving it, though, where, like, Flash needs to learn to, like, this is what you're dealt. You have to... Like, you can't always change everything.
I agree.
You know? Especially as many times as he goes to the past.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, that's why I thought that it would be cool if there was a clear difference between you can't change the past, but you can change your future. I'm going to change our future now by hitting the button. Greg Justin! Damn it! No! Well, I guess there's no change in the future. So that means that you got... Like, I went to the future, and I saw that you went to patreon.com by clicking that button over there. I also saw that you went down in the comments and had some fun discussing stuff with fellow fans. And I saw that you're already a subscriber. Why wouldn't you be? Blindwave's awesome.